Hi there, Zach Bowles, co-founder, co-creator of Gay Man Thriving. I wasn't always an expert in gay dating and relationships. In fact, 10 years ago, I was a complete dating disaster. I made all the mistakes I see so many gay men making today. I tried too hard to make guys like me, saying and doing whatever I thought would get them to stick around. I convinced myself that if the sex was great right from the start, they'd want to date me, and so I always had sex way too soon. In fact, I thought that was the natural progression towards a relationship. Other times, I'd overthink everything, putting men on a pedestal, terrified that I'd say or do the wrong thing, so I'd end up shutting down and freezing up, coming across as disinterested or boring when in reality, I just didn't know how to authentically express myself. I also had moments where I'd throw myself at guys, thinking that if I tried hard enough, often with the help of alcohol, I could make them want to date me. But you see, all of this only pushed away the secure gay men that I really wanted, but it attracted narcissists and takers instead. With those guys, I'd ignore the red flags and end up hurt over and over again. What I didn't see back then was how much insecurity I was masking. I used drugs and alcohol to hide my low self-esteem, pretending to be confident while feeling completely lost inside. I didn't believe I brought anything valuable to the table beyond my physical appearance. Plus, being HIV positive only amplified my fear that I wasn't enough, that I had to overcompensate to be worthy of love. These insecurities, they drove me into one self-sabotaging behavior after another. I'd either freeze up, try too hard, or settle for situations that weren't right for me. I didn't understand why the guys I wanted didn't want to date me, and I was stuck in the same painful patterns, thinking love just wasn't meant for me. But hitting rock bottom forced me to take a hard look at what I was doing and why it wasn't working. And I began to realize that my worth wasn't tied to how I looked or how quickly I could win someone over. And slowly I started building real confidence in myself, not the false confidence that I had relied on for so long. I learned to value who I was on the inside. I began aligning my actions with what I truly wanted in a relationship, so instead of jumping into bed right away, I took my time and got to know the men that I was interested in. I became honest about my desires and stopped chasing validation through superficial connections. And what I found was surprising. By showing up as my authentic self, I started attracting the kind of men I had always wanted to meet. I wasn't pretending or performing anymore. I was just being me. And that's when I knew I was on the right path. Soon afterwards, I met Andrew. The connection was instant. There was this magnetic pull between us. And what started as friendship quickly grew into something much deeper. I'll never forget the moment I told Andrew I was HIV positive. It was right after our first kiss, and I braced myself, prepared for rejection. But Andrew, he didn't flinch. He looked at me with so much love and said it didn't matter, that he felt something real between us and wanted to explore what we could create together. That was the moment I knew what real love felt like. Love based on honesty, trust, and vulnerability. Andrew and I have now been together for 8 years, and we've been married for 5. You see, none of this would have been possible if I hadn't done and continued to do the inner work to become the man that I am today. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're tired of repeating the same dating mistakes and wondering what you're doing wrong, I want you to know that you can change this. I've been where you are, and I've found a way to break free from those patterns. In my free upcoming masterclass, What's Keeping You Single? The 3 biggest dating mistakes most gay men make, I'll dive into the real reasons why so many gay men get stuck in these frustrating cycles, and how you can finally break free to attract the kind of love that you deserve. If you're ready to shift the way you approach dating, join me for this free live event. It's time to become the man that you've always wanted to be and attract the love that's waiting for you. Join me live on Monday, September 16th at 11:30 a.m. Pacific, exclusively in the Gay Man Thriving Facebook group for this incredible live event. If you're not a member, you can join for free. You won't want to miss this.